Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Hot Springs, Arkansas here. See, look, this is where you can get the water here. There's places you can park right around here, and you can get water for free here. Here's the Hill Wheatley Plaza thermal water station here. And we saw when we pulled up here, there were people getting free hot springs water here. They fill it up here. You can just push it there, get the water there. And welcome to Hot Springs, the visitor center. They got the trolley there. My dad's with me. I'll go show you where my dad's at there. And here's the main drag here. Here's the main drag. Squirmish and Farms. There's a lot of Civil War stuff here. The Battle of Pea Ridge was north of here. I think there was only a few thousand people that lived here at the Civil War, and they evacuated a lot of people from the south. They fled to Texas. And here you can see some of the beautiful hotels we're going to see. There's this, at one time, this was like a Las Vegas. This was a gambling mecca in the 1920s to 1940s. Al Capone used to come here. We'll show you the hotel where Al Capone used to frequent. And he used to rent out the whole floor when he came here. Of course, the Chicago connection to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thanks for tuning in, everybody here. Krista, Winter, Robbie, Valerie, Kim, Elise, Alyssa. Yeah, there's Dad there. How you doing? What do you think of this?
I think that represents the broken strata. That
yeah.
You look at the strata here.
Yeah, it's
Did
like.
you see a map over in the visitor center? These people over here had a map.
I should have got a map. That's a good point. I kind of have it in my mind. It goes up and it kind of wise. That's where we want to go. There's one of the hotels here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that hotel there. Yeah, we'll get the hotel there. What's this? Hey, if I miss, hey, say people are saying hello to you, Dad. There's my dad there. Merry Christmas there. Hey, go ahead and say it. Yeah, Merry Christmas there.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, good. We're on our way. It's nice weather here. It's like 60 degrees, 50 degrees. Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, we got warm weather. Hope you're having warmer weather. Here's the, let's see if, is it hot? Here's Santa. Here's Santa. You can sit next to Santa at the Hot Springs here. We'll sit next to Santa. There's the Hot Springs. Yeah, thanks Heather B, Robbie, Jeff. How you doing there? Yeah, Wes. Yeah, Dad's having a good time here. So we'll just head up the main drag here. People are taking pictures with Santa. So you can take pictures with Santa there. Yeah, do you feel like walking up, or yeah, we'll start heading. So what we're gonna do, Hot Springs is, you know, an historic resort town. People would come here for the hot springs. Of course, in the 20s and 40s, it was gambling, prostitution, all kinds of liquor bootlegging, all kinds of stuff went on. Al Capone, and beautiful hotels. It's still a resort town.
I want to move on with that guy.
Well, I know. I know, because he was over by the water. So even in Hot Springs, we still deal with the big city issues. It's funny. Hey, look at the horse here. So if you just tuned in, I'm Brian Really Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from Indiana with my dad. We grew up in the country of Indiana. I lived in Chicago for 26, 27 years. And so we're on our way to Texas. That's why we're in Hot Springs. The visitor. Look at that. And so we'll wait to cross the street here. Yeah, look at that hotel. So let's check. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. I'm going to miss a bunch of questions here because I'm just going to try to get an overview so I could show this to my... There's the duck. There's the duck, the National Park duck. So I guess they go into that lake there, just like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a big hotel. So, hey, thanks everybody here in... I'm going to try to just give an overview, narrate this whole thing as we head through these beautiful hotels. We got a nice sunny day here. There's Diablo's. It looks like it's a restaurant. We're at Reserve Street and Central Avenue. Yeah.
See the statue there?
Yeah, that's the Dia de los Muertos. That's Day of the Dead, Mexican Day of the Dead. So this is Central Avenue, this is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Look at that beautiful housing up there on the hill. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we had the light. I'm not. I'm anxious to cross. Yeah, you're right, because you're right. I jaywalked here. I'm getting my dad into trouble here. But here at Hot Springs National Park. So there's a national park that surrounds this. I don't know if these buildings are part of the national park. I think they are now. And look at the steam. There's the steam. There's the steam coming off the fountain. So here's the see he's getting the water. There's free public places where like he's filling up all these water jugs. You can come get free hot springs water. Here it is. This is the hot springs. Hot Springs National Park Administration Building. Feel the steam? Can you see the steam? Yeah. No, I got a gimbal here, so the gimbal keeps the camera smooth. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Welcome to Hot Springs, Arkansas here. We usually stream in Chicago, but we're taking a trip to Texas, so I'm here with my dad. We got into Arkansas last night. I took the train down to Effingham, Illinois, and we got on the highway. I just want to highlight this beautiful architecture here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. See, here's, look at that. It's almost very entry by appointment here. Department of the Interior, National Park System, Hot Springs National Park. Look at that. Look at the green. Look at them. Look how much moss and that's plant material. Look at how that over time like a cave. Yeah, I'm coming your way. I'm going over to Dad here. But here, you see, they're filling up the water. You can fill up the water right there. You can fill up the water right over there. I'm coming. Oh, it's got the hat. Oh, good. Thank you. So, hey, Dad discovered something here. So, on March the 12th, 1927, Alexander Carey was killed by bootleggers while patrolling Westmount. See, that was the prohibition. Park ranger was killed by bootleggers. And so that's the memorial to James Alexander Carey there. See, Humpy Hearst, you know, it's an American spa. So it's got some this is called Bathhouse Row. So this is Bathhouse Row. This is part of the national park. Here's the main commercial strip, Central Avenue, Hot Springs, Arkansas, Central and Reserve. Look at this nice strip here. Hey, thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, the Bears. Isn't that amazing? The Bears beat Green Bay Packers last night. Dad and I were watching. We couldn't believe. It looked like they were down 10. They were down by 10 points with like 4 minutes left. Kicked a field goal within 7. Got an onside kick. Tied it up as time was running out. Instead of going for the 2-point, tied it up. Went in overtime. Got the ball back. Amazing, dramatic touchdown, long pass. Caleb Williams pass, game-winning touchdown for the Chicago Bears there, defeated Green Bay Packers. Bears at the top of the division, number 2 seed in the NL Central. Bears fan are over the moon here. Here's the Lamar Bathhouse Row Emporium, Hot Springs National Park. Let's check it. I'm just going to briefly, I'll come back to you, Dad, there. I'm just going to peek inside here. Look at the beautiful interior here. These are all bathhouses. Some of these you can go up and you can look at the baths. People would travel from all over the United States and the world to go to these hot springs here. There's the store. Yeah, history. Here, look at this, Buckstaff Bath. Isn't that nice? You can just sit down wherever you don't. Yeah.
I didn't know how I wanted to stay in the sun.
So Dad got this nice new chair. You could sit, you could push it. It's got all the. You can put like stuff in there.
I got my thing.
Look at that. That's nice. So
I was sitting on the concrete wall over there. And I said, "Why am I sitting on this cold?"
you can sit on your chair.
Boy, this place, look at it. They went all that.
Buckstaff Bath. Hey, there's street performers. Got some 1920s flapper music. Hey, I feel like we're in the old Prohibition era here. Buckstaff, it's closed, but I think some of these, the Ozark, you can tour the baths here. It's a beautiful day. We got about, we're getting up to 50, 60 degrees today. Yeah, Scotty, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks everybody. If I'm missing your comments here, you understand here. I'm just trying to give an overview. See, we're going to try to get to that hotel. That's the hotel, the Arlington, where Al Capone stayed in the 1920s and 30s. He would come down here and rent the whole floor out. Hey, beautiful dog here. How you doing? Very nice. But hey, look at the Ozark here. Oh, that walker's great. Yeah, Dad got a really good one. We're gonna. Oh yeah, look at that. We got some Native American indigenous murals there on the wall there. Look at that. They're probably the Caddo Indians, the CADDO, Caddo. We're the Native Americans in this area. So if you just joined, we're in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. See all these beautiful hotels. In the 1920s and 40s, this was a big, people would come for the hot springs, and of course there was gambling, liquor during Prohibition. Ozark Bathhouse. So this mission style of the Ozark Bathhouse may be related to the claim that Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto in the 1500s may have visited the hot springs. I don't know if that's true because he died in the Mississippi, but that's what it used to look like. And the Quapaw, Bathhouse Row, the Quapaw, that was another Native American nation that lived down here. And here's Ozark Scroll. There it is. There's the Ozark, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Look at the Bathhouse Row here. The Mystic, famous family fun here. Not everything's open today because it's Sunday, and that's why parking's free. At least the parking's free. I mainly just want to do an overview of these bathhouses. Yeah, they got the duck tours. The duck tours will take you down to the lake. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you just joined, I'm not in Chicago. I usually stream in Chicago, but we're taking a trip. They're playing the Christmas music, and I bet this is decorated at night. I don't know. We didn't have enough time to get here from Effingham. We stopped near Forest City. There's some hotels in Forest City where we stay. The Quapaw Baths. The Quapaw Baths. Look at that beautiful historic architecture, these Spanish colonial revival styles. And actually, this is like a hybrid. It's got like, look, it's got Native American themes. Yeah, the Quapaw. Look at that, the Caddo. See, the Caddo, the Quapaw, and the Choctaw tribes were visited the area in the 1700s, 1800s because of the hot springs. Native Americans knew about this, of course. Pays homage to the Quapaw Indians. That's what the Indian stuff, the Quapaw, or Native American Quapaw stuff here. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Look at that veranda. Look at that porch. You can sit up there. Let's see if we can peek inside. I'm just going to peek inside here, just see what this looks like, if it's open. Yeah, keep going. I'll catch up with you. So, hey, Hot Springs, Arkansas, that's where we're at here. I'm with my dad here. We're traveling to Texas. That's why I'm down here. We're stopping along the way. Beautiful lobby here. Look at these verandas here. Happy holidays. Very beautiful. Yeah, look at this. You can sit here. Look at that. Very nice. Look how beautiful this is. Free parking in front of Arlington Hotel. Hey, that's a good idea. Thanks for... Yeah, we parked in front of the visitor center. Supposedly on Sunday, the parking's free. And after 6:30 on weekends, the locals told us here. Here, we'll go down here. Look at the beautiful architecture here. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Appreciate it. Thank you. So here's the... wow, look at that. Look at that porch. And here's the visitor center. So, hey, I guess we can go up here. Maybe they'll let us check out the baths. This is one of the buildings. This is called the Hot Springs, Arkansas, the Fordyce Bathhouse. Inspired by the spas of Europe, Colonel Samuel Fordyce opened this Renaissance revival bathhouse in 1915. With its copper-framed glass marquee and elegant window design, the Fordyce reflects the crowning achievement of the golden age of bathing. The golden age of bathing! Interior features are also ornate, a stained glass ceiling, men's bath hall, underwater atmosphere. Let's see if we can get inside this thing here. Free admission, 3 floors and basement. Here, Dad's talking to the National Park Service guy here. Look at the hot springs here. He's selling some water here. Hot Springs now. Hey, thanks for being out here. Naked Park Service, thank you. Free water here. Yeah, very nice. We'll take advantage of that. We'll come back here. Here's the hot springs here. Thanks for being out here. Look at this thing. This is the pylon. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to try to check this out really quick, and I'll be right back out. Okay, good. So I'll find you out here. I'll find that. Look at that, Dad. They can go up to the top. I think this is where the hot springs come out. That's where they come out the side of the hill. Yeah, we'll go further down here. So hey, I'm missing all the comments here. Thanks everybody for understanding there. That's a nice building. Let's check it out here. So here, we're Hot Springs, Arkansas. We're gonna check out this visitor center here. And the dogs like it here. Look at the beautiful day we have here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. The park rangers here giving out water. So here, let's check it out here. Thank you. Fordyce Baths, Hot Springs, Arkansas. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, I'm here filming on YouTube. Can we explore the top, or is it just down here?
It's this floor, 2 floors above us, and the basement.
Wow, the basement. Thanks. So I'll go back. So go this way.
Most folks start to the
This way. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Here's Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thank you. Very nice. So here, let's check it out here. And I say there's a basement. And so here, hopefully my connection's fine here. This is a museum. This shows you what these bathhouses used to look like in the golden age, the 1920s to the 1940s, when people would travel from all over. This was like a Las Vegas at that time, but people would come here for the spas and bathe in the medicinal hot springs water, and that's what this is. It shows you, look at the bathtubs. Here's the bathtubs. Look at that big bathtub there. You can sit there, you get your little stalls, and hey, they got. I guess that's. I don't know if you put your. Feel like you could sit in there and put your head out there, get like the steam bath. This is. If you just joined, we're in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I'm exploring. Look at the stained glass windows, and. Winter Solstice Day, yeah, we got December the 21st, 2025, the shortest day of the year. Hey, look at the shower. You get the water from all sides there. Look at the hoses there. Look at this. Wow. Look at all this stuff. You see your head, your head would stick out there. You're getting the steam. How you doing? Very nice. And here we're touring this here. So what else we got here? Yeah, look at the head sticking out there. How you doing? There's the steam cabinet. Yeah, let's head around here. So, hey, we're just checking out. There we go. So there's Hernando de Soto there. I guess that's what this is named after. And indigenous people there. And here's some of the historic photographs of people using this back in the day here. The Fordyce Bathhouse, the men's bath hall, that's what this is. Look at that. Look at that stained glass ceiling. The ornate. I'll comments on here. I want to get to the upper levels because I think there's some interesting interiors and stuff. I'm trying to cover as much ground as I possibly can in the short amount of time we're going to be in Hot Springs before we get back on the road and head to Texas. This shows this is why the hot springs are here. There's a crack and 752 bathtubs per hour of water flows out of the springs. Valley vapors, that's what it used to look like in wintertime, back to the Native Americans that knew about this, of course, before. Here shows what's what we just went down, Bathhouse Row. So we started here, we went all the way back. We're in this one right here now. We're going to go all the way up here and head towards the Arlington Hotel. There's a picture of some of the buildings, and we'll try to head up there. All this terracotta, and they got a theater here which tells you about it. So I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible because my dad's waiting for me outside, and he doesn't want to go up and down all these stairs. So I'm going to head to the second level, and we'll keep going here. Inside these building, hopefully my connection's okay. So I want to go up to the roof here. Let's see if we can get on the top here. We go all the way up to the top. We're inside this Fordyce. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Look at these beautiful verandas. Yeah, this is inside of this. There's the men's toilet. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Edwardian men's fashion, the Edwardian age. Go back to like Downton Abbey there. Look at this beautiful veranda. They have a grand piano up here. It shows the women's fashion of the Edwardian area here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Look at the ceiling. Isn't this nice? Yeah, holiday. Thanks everybody. Thanks to the mods here. You guys are doing great. I don't know. I don't expect anybody to appreciate you watching here on YouTube. Here, the Hubbard's tub room. Look at that. You want to go in that tub? That's a nice hot tub there. Look at that. Look how they could strap you to that stuff. They could lower people in there. I guess people like FDR and stuff, if you had polio, you know, they could still, you could enjoy the bath. Here, look at the piano here. Look at this. There, she's at the writing desk there. The ladies' parlor. Here's the ladies' parlor. Look at that. Look how the paint's feeling there. But, hey, the parlor. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. We're checking out there. There is the beauty parlor. Hey, look at the beauty parlor here. Hey, look at the old tools and stuff. Look at that. All the brushes and get your hair cut and nails done. Massage room. Yeah, the massage room. Ladies' massage room. There, look at that thing. What is that? What does that do? What is it? Look, witch hazel. They got all the, I guess they would hook that up to you. It was like monitored your health or something. It was some interesting analog health. It was like a Fitbit. Look at that. Electro massage. See, electrotherapy. That's what it was. They would hook up the electrodes to you. This is inside this Fordyce. Here we go. Here's the gymnasium. How you doing? Appreciate it. Here's the gymnasium here. Thanks. This is the bathhouses here in Hot Springs. I better go outside and find my dad. He's gonna think I got lost in here. But look at that. They got the ropes, the medicine ball, the punching bag, all the rings and stuff here, the parallel bars. There's the gymnasium. So these were the original health clubs, you know, back in the day there. Yeah, play cards. We'll play some euchre. We'll play some spades, the cards, the card game here, yeah. Hearts. Look at that here. We'll head around here. Hey, let's see what's over here. So I'm going to head down here. We got a nice overview. So I just want to show an example of what some of the interiors are. We'll probably stick outside mostly. We got another maybe 20 minutes here. We're half an hour we're going to spend. Then Dad and I are going to get lunch. And there's a nice museum here that tells the whole thing here. And look at that. Yeah. What is this? This is for your feet. So it's on the second level here. They got lockers. There, we'll head back outside. We'll find Dad. Dad's probably think I fell off the face of the earth here. Oh, a lot of business deals were made here. That's what the old Roman bathhouses here, people. It was a socialization. How you doing? And here we're back out to there's a Park District guy. He was out giving out water. So they answer all your questions here. That was the old desk here. There, welcome to the Fordyce Bathhouse Museum. Here, this is where we're at, Hot Springs, Arkansas. We just came here. What a beautiful day here. So let me go to my dad there. Thanks for joining me for the brief overview here. This is what we were inside this place. This is the Fordyce, am I saying that right? Bathhouse. See, we were up on that top level there. And here's the hot springs. Here's the hot springs of Arkansas. Yeah. There's the dog. So this is Bathhouse Row. We'll head up to the Arlington there. And, there's Granny's Kitchen. This is Central Avenue. Yeah, so this is the main entrance to the U.S. Hot Springs Reservation. This is the first federal national park that they protected back even before the Civil War. And that's why this grew up here. Yeah, let's keep going here. Yeah, I went up to the third level there. They guys showed I'll show you the rerun there. That's well, yeah, they had all the baths in there. The old like manicure and pedicure. They had a gymnasium on the top with the medicine balls and all the old, you know, parallel bars and stuff. There, Maurice Bathhouse. Here's my dad here. Here's Maurice Bathhouse. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they got a big therapeutic pool. Look at that. Yeah, they got a big skylight up there. Maurice Baths. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. See, they got these little parks on the side. And we're gonna head up to the Arlington Hotel. Yeah, you can see, look, let's go over there. There's like a little grotto. Hey, Lambie, how you doing there? Yeah, Arkansas. So this is, if you just joined, we're in Arkansas. We're on our way to Texas here. So we're not to Texas yet. Arkansas, we're south of, or we're just out. Hot Springs is kind of about an hour south and west of Little Rock. It's kind of in the central part of the state, but it's kind of on the edge of the Ozark Mountains, which is, and see how they got these little springs. It's called the Tunnel Spring. Let's see what this looks like. Dripping spring. You could fill up your water. It just drips. Look, there's a cave. Look where the water comes out of the cave here. It's called Tunnel Springs. And I guess the water used to come out of this. That's why all these bathhouses are literally built on top of the natural springs, and they would use them for their baths. And that's why they're, look at the beautiful architecture. Yeah, the promenade. It's called the promenade here, the Central Avenue, the Bathhouse Row, Hot Springs, Arkansas. We have about 11:40 a.m. Central Time Zone. And we got a beautiful day. It feels like 50, 60 degrees. And we'll head up here. We're heading towards this Arlington Hotel. Al Capone used to come to this. Hey, look at the cute dog there. And look at the beautiful architecture, the Spanish tile roofs. All these bathhouses, Hot Springs, Arkansas. What a nice day here. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, we'll show it across the street here. There's too much for me to film. It's called the Waters. So there's the Waters. Look at that neoclassical colonnade facade there. Look at the amazing detailed terracotta work there. And yeah, it's called the Waters 340. It's called the Thompson Building. Thompson Building. I wonder if that's Nookie Thompson. He was from Atlantic City. But hail. Superior Baths. Yeah, look at these bathhouses. Hey, the Plaza Hotel. The Plaza Hotel. Look at the Ohio building. Look at that detail. Look at that. Look at those arches on the second level. It's like a dome. See, would you expect this in Arkansas? You know, this is great. I love this. And Superior Bathhouse.
Not the brewery.
Yeah, it's a microbrew. It's good. Craft brewery. There you go.
Did they make it from the water?
Yeah. Oh, I hope so. So I think this is where it comes out of the rocks here. We'll be able to see this park over here by the Arlington Hotel. So we'll just go up the Arlington Hotel and then we'll turn around. Yeah.
There's some restrooms on the way back.
Good, good. So my dad spotted some restrooms here. So Hot Springs, Arkansas, they got nice murals on the side of the street here. I'm going to go ahead. I'll wait for you once yeah, they're good. So, yeah, good. So we're going to go up ahead here and we're going to, yeah, there's like a Art Deco, like almost 20-story building here that we want to show. And then the Arlington Hotel, one of the larger hotels from, I think there was several earlier versions. The earlier hotels would burn down and they would build a new one. I think this latest iteration of the Arlington Hotel was built in 1924. You can fact check me online. Look at that. Look at the nice storefronts here. This is Central Avenue, Hot Springs, Arkansas. And we'll head over here. We'll get you a nice view of the Arlington Hotel. Al Capone used to stay here. He would rent out the whole floor, bring his whole staff here. And where hasn't Al Capone been? Here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thanks for tuning in here. Ohio Players Club. There you go. The Ohio Players Club is what Al Capone used to watch from the Arlington. Thanks for the good info there. That's good. So I guess at night they light this up. There's some beautiful buildings here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. There's a wax museum. There's the, look at that beautiful hotel there. Look at the beautiful blue skies here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thanks for checking it out here. We were blessed with a beautiful day. And there, I want to show that building there. And then we'll meet up with my dad there. But hey, yeah, it's a nice looking town. Yeah, you want me to go for a soak? I'll do a nice soak like Kramer from Seinfeld. Look at that. Look at that nice architecture here. So here, look, there's water in the street. Let's see if the hot springs. They're taking pictures of the hot spring. Kids are climbing on the rocks. The little rock. Here it is. Here's the hot springs coming out the side of the mountain here. So Ozark Mountains here, Arkansas. hot springs. There, they're just flowing out on the sidewalk. Look at the hot springs here. This is great. Look at that. Look, the kids are playing in the water here, playing on the rocks here. They got a nice little amphitheater. Yeah, feeling the hot tub, the natural warm waters here. There's your hot springs just coming out of the side of the hill here. Yeah, she's feeling it there. Look at that. Look how, see how they situated this hotel right where the hot springs come out here. And they really are hot. Yeah, I'm glad it's preserved. It's because it's a national park, and that's what helped preserve all this and keeps people coming back here. And there it is. Look at that. Very nice. Hey, we'll keep going here. Yeah, look at the beautiful sunshine here. We'll get Dad. Oh, the Arlington's haunted? Well, I'm going to try to get inside that thing. I've never gone inside. We've been here before. I came here even when my mother was alive. That was 15, 20 years ago. We came here on a different Texas trip. And we'll see. I got to find my dad here. Maybe he already went up to the Arlington here. I always do this. I go ahead and then I lose him here. So hold on a second here. I'm trying to make sure I don't lose my dad. Maybe he went over where I was at. Let's see. No, I don't see him there. There he is. He's over there. Okay, good. So here's the. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go inside here where he's waiting, and I'm just going to quickly show you the inside of the Arlington Hotel because I think he's tired and is probably about ready to head back to the car. My dad is great. He's getting up in years, and I drag him all over the place, and I got to be careful not to wear him out. And so here's look at that. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Here's the Arlington Hotel. I'm going to quickly go inside here. Like people said, this is haunted. Al Capone used to come here. Look at this hotel. It's a more modern here. The old Arlington Hotel, located across the street from the Arlington Lawn, was the site of the infamous New York Giants manager John Muggsy McGraw. Infamous arrest, John Muggsy McGraw, apprehended by U.S. Marshal for unlawful gambling when he was caught pitching silver dollars into a saloon basket. Muggsy was later released. The current Arlington, built in 1924, hosted such baseball notables as Babe Ruth, Lefty Grove, Hank Greenberg, Jimmy Fox, and Joe DiMaggio. It wasn't just from the major leagues. A lot of the Negro leagues, when there was segregation in baseball, even the famous Negro League baseball players would come here too. Hot Springs, Arkansas, and Babe Ruth and Joe DiMaggio stayed here, as well as Al Capone. And this is called the Arlington Hotel, and it's in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hey, they got the reindeer antlers on the car. There's the reindeer car. So I'm going to quickly go in here, show you the interior, and then I'm going to go back and collect my dad, and we're going to get back on the road here. So this is just a quick overview of Hot Springs, Arkansas, so I can show my sister and brother-in-law and the rest of you. Thanks for tuning on YouTube. Thanks, mods. Here, let's go to the hotel lobby, this haunted historic hotel where Al Capone and Babe Ruth used to go in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Look at this. Look at this beautiful interior here. They got the nice murals here, and they got it decorated for Christmas. We got a big gingerbread house. And look at the windows above the doors. This is the Arlington Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We got December 21st, 2025. We're on our Texas trip. We just went up the Bathhouse Row. And like I said, Al Capone and Joe DiMaggio and Babe Ruth stayed in this hotel. Many other famous, notable people here. They got the big gingerbread. And here it is. Look at this. Look at the elevator lobby here. They got a big spread here. Free live entertainment here. How you doing? Look at this beautiful hall here. How you doing here? Beautiful. Look at the beautiful. I'm just showing the beautiful hotel. Thank you. Thank you so much. So here, this is very nice. This is the first time I've been inside. Look at the letterbox. They got the old letter. Here's the check-in hotel lobby desk. And you go up the stairwell. So when they said when Al Capone would come here, they would rent out the whole 4th floor Here's the boardroom. Hey, there I am. There's Brian Ray, Chicago. Here's the Magnolia room. So I don't know. These are probably the rooms you can rent out if it's locked. So they have them locked because they probably rent them out. Sometimes they'll have them open, but we'll have to check them out at a different time here. So we'll head out through the gift shop here. How you doing? Wow, look at this room. Wow, look at the ceiling. Look at the tapestry here. But here's the Arlington Hotel, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Thanks for checking it out. Look at that nice mural there. So hey, we'll keep going. Let me get my dad here. He's probably, I'm taking too much of his time here. So hey, here's the main drag, Hot Springs, Arkansas. We got a beautiful 60-degree day. And look at that. That's an Art Deco building in the middle of Hot Springs. So here, we'll go get Dad here, the thermal bathhouse here, Hot Springs National Park. That's where we were just at. We were inside there. That's the Arlington Hotel. $100 a night. That's what a deal. Where else could you stay in a hotel that nice for $100 a night? Hot Springs, Arkansas. There. See there, we were just over there. That's where the actual steam is coming out. Let's get my dad here. And hey, the famous Southern Club Gambling Museum. So there was all kinds of gambling brothels during the 1920s. This was a rip-roaring gambling town like Las Vegas, and it was because of Hot Springs people would come to. But there was all kinds of Muggsy was arrested there for gambling from and they got that as a Madame Tussauds wax museum. I bet at night they light up all these trees here. Right here, look at the beautiful architecture. Yeah, cool museum there. So we're gonna stop in Dallas on our way to Houston, and we hope to get to the Fort Worth Stockyards tomorrow. Same time, like now. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna collect my dad. We're gonna head back to our vehicle. We're gonna get lunch. We're gonna get back on the road. I'm gonna try to get back to, we're gonna stay tonight in Dallas. Hopefully I'll get you some content from downtown Dallas. That might be on TikTok. And then tomorrow we'll be on YouTube. We'll go to the Fort Worth Stockyards lunchtime, try to see the cattle drive, give you an overview, show you a rodeo. Oh, I missed that. What is that? Yeah, I did get it. So hey, let's keep on going. Let's go back to the car. I went inside the hotel. They said Joe DiMaggio stayed in that hotel, Babe Ruth stayed in that hotel, and of course Al Capone. But Muggsy from New York City, he was arrested there because he was gambling. So they say. Yeah, never been to Texas. Well, hey, you're about to see some Texas stuff here.
Now, when did this hit the prime? The 20s?
Yeah, so like I said, I just did a research this morning. Okay, so it was a little bitty tiny town, but the Native Americans knew about the hot springs. Then a few people moved here. They made it a national park before the Civil War. But Civil War, like I said, a lot of the Southerners evacuate. They went to Texas. It was kind of like a ghost town. And then in the 1870s and 80s, when they built the railroads, then it became a tourist destination for the hot springs. But then in the 20s and 40s, because of Prohibition, the mob took it over, and it became a gambling vice district because of the hot springs. But then they also had brothels, gambling halls, Yeah, that's it. And then people wanted liquor, and so they had to get it from the mob, Oh, look at that. Look at this beautiful architecture here. This is Central.
Is that an old theater? What's at the Ohio Club?
It's at the Ohio Club. I bet that. Let's go. I'm gonna see if I can see up. Stay here. I'm just gonna run across and get a jaywalking ticket. Now, okay. I want to see what that plaque says there. Yeah. So here we're jaywalking here, but here, look at the Ohio Club. Look at this beautiful ornate facade here. And here's a gangster here. They have on the benches here. Is that Al Capone? Who is that? That's Al Capone. Is that Al Capone? I don't know. Here's the Ohio Club. Most major league play. Okay, so they used to do spring training here. So the Cubs actually used to do spring training here. The Ohio and Southern clubs. Most major league players of the earliest 20th century had few inhibitions, and many enjoyed gambling, like Babe Ruth. Training trips to hot springs. Most popular casinos in the city were the Southern Club, 1893, and the Ohio Club, 1905. So this is the Ohio Club in Hot Springs. Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, Bugsy Siegel, Frank Costello, and the other mobsters also frequent these clubs. So this is very steeped in prohibition. The New York and Chicago mobsters would come hang out at these clubs in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Like I said, spring training, before the Cubs would go to Catalina Island, they would come here. When the Cubs were known as the Chicago White Sox, they would do spring training here. That's how far this goes back. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Oh yeah. So, look at that. Yeah, look at that amazing, intricate facade here. Here's called the Waters. Look at this. This is an amazing neoclassical. And so we'll wait for this traffic to clear out and then we'll run across. But thanks for checking it out here. So you can sit on the bench there. I'm going to try to cross the street. There's the Arlington Hotel. We caught that earlier here. Today we went inside some of these, and where'd my dad go? Is he behind a tree here? Where'd he go? Oh. Where did he go? He was just here. Oh, there he is. He's down that way. Okay, he's already walking back. Yeah, look into it. I'm not making it up. So before Wrigley Field was built, back in the 1800s, the 1880s and 90s, the Chicago Cubs were known as the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox were an expansion team, and they took over the name after the Cubs vacated. Briefly, the Chicago Cubs were called the Whales, and then no, that was the Federal League. Excuse me. There was a third league. The Cubs were called the White Sox, and then they became called the Cubs, and then the White Sox took the name, and then they met each other in the 1906, 7, and 8 World Series. They traded them back and forth. There's the Maurice Bath. This is Bathhouse Row here, Hot Springs, Arkansas. So Dad and I are going to get some lunch. We're going to get back on the road. We'll do some more live streaming, either from Dallas or Fort Worth. Here's the Hot Springs here. We'll show you this is the official entrance to the national park, the historic entrance. And that's why no, he's right there. Here, he's right there. Yeah, he took off. See how you can head up there. You can actually, there's trails that go all the way to the top. There's a tower and an observation. We'll have to save that for another time. We went inside this one. If you watch the rerun, go to the live tab on YouTube. You can watch. We went inside there and checked out the bath. Yeah, they said Al Capone, Lucky Luciano from New York, they all went to there. That was a gambling hall, that Ohio house.
Next to it was a hotel.
Yeah.
It had a facade. I like the facade.
They said the old baseball teams would use Hot Springs for spring training. They wouldn't go to Florida or Arizona. They would come to Hot Springs. And
something to do in his spare time.
Yeah, Babe Ruth would love this because he loved drinking and gambling and brothels. Okay, good. The what?
Bathroom.
Oh yeah, women. Okay, women and men. Okay, there's public restrooms here. A lot of these are maintained by the national park. That's why they're still here. Here's the Quapaw Bass. This is Hot Springs, Arkansas. Yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, they said yeah. What? Oh, you see they got the antlers on there.
The one guy had antlers on the front. That's the one who's got a red nose. And
that's good.
He's got a red dot.
But yeah, they got the duck tours. You can take the duck tours. They'll take you into the lake and they'll drive you around the town here. But hey, look at the Quapaw Bass. Look at that beautiful dome. Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah, I put my water bottle on there.
That's nice. People are giving you compliments. They said this is a really nice setup you got here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if we catch any Texas holiday parades there. Here's the ducks. The duck boat there, Miss Carson. We took one of those in Cincinnati. Remember, we took one of those in the Ohio. You got to use the restroom?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to sign off here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Dad and I are going to get back on the road. We're going to have lunch. And so we'll see you for sure tomorrow at lunchtime, hopefully at the Fort Worth Stockyards. I'll send a message to everybody. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Thanks to my mod team. It's 11:58. Dad and I are going to get lunch here. He's using the restroom. And look at that hotel. That's an equally nice hotel here. This is the whole Bathhouse Row. But hey, thanks for checking out Hot Springs, Arkansas. If you missed anything, you can watch the reruns there. We'll cut out clips. And we'll see if we get anything from Dallas tonight or tomorrow morning there. Thank you. Wes, Lady T, Alyssa, Margie, Shauna, thanks for being on there. GW, GMJ. I know I'm missing people there. Travell, Jeff, thanks for being on there. Thanks everybody. Gene, May, thanks for tuning in there. Isn't this nice? Thanks for checking out Hot Springs, Arkansas. And yeah, Valerie, Chris. Yeah, we'll see you later here. Surgeon, thanks everybody. Salt Lake City, hey, thanks for tuning in here. So, signing off from Hot Springs, Arkansas. We'll see you on Texas time. So hey, enjoy this beautiful weather. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year there. We'll see you all very soon here. Thanks, Lambie T. Yeah, we'll see you soon. The show that never